Good afternoon. Welcome to this session. We are on the 3rd of February 2021. This is the vocabulary list, the first vocabulary list of Unit 3 for the launching text, which is 1963 year that changed everything. I have sent to you the audios read by Mr. Adham. So you suppose that you have read it at home and you have listened to it. Those are the most important words. So if you have read it, you can listen to the word and underlined or highlighted in your textbook. But don't try to study the words without reading them within the text. I believe it will be a little bit difficult for you to understand the meaning, because it's very important to read the meaning of the word within the text itself. The first word is slavery. Slavery, it's a noun. Like the English, the thousands had been sold into slavery. It means that it's the noun of being a slave. That was the thing that happened maybe hundreds of years ago. The people were sold in the market to other people to serve them, especially people with dark skin or dark color. The synonym of slavery is enslavement, and the opposite is freedom or independence. Freedom or independence. Justice, a noun. She spent her life fighting for social justice and equality for women. She needs the women to get equal treatment and social justice. Justice means to deal or get the fair treatment of people like the whole other people. The synonym is fairness, and the opposite or antonym is injustice. Threat is a noun, and the verb is to threaten. The noun is threaten. The verb is threaten, and the noun is threat. Members of her family have received death threats. It means that people call them and they threaten them by that they are going to kill them. So threat is the noun of threaten. It's a statement in which you tell somebody that you will punish or harm them, especially if they do not do what you want. The synonym is warning or danger, and the opposite is safety. Maybe sometimes you feel that the words are not precise or accurate, but I'm just trying to give you the nearby synonym or the nearby antonym. Mob. A mob of protesters. What do you mean of protesters first? People who are protesting or who are refusing something, and they want to send their voices to the government or the ruler who are controlling the country. So we call them protesters. A mob of protesters, it means that a large crowd of them, a large number of them, a large crowd of people, especially one that may become a violent or cause trouble. And this word had been mentioned in the text when the children movement, they were walking, making their walk. They were met by an angry white mob along with the police, and they have violated them. The synonym is crowd or flock, and we don't have an antonym. Fairground. This is where the police has jailed the teenagers, because there were a huge number of them. They didn't find a place in the cells, so they have jailed them in a temporary cells at the country fairground. Fairground is an outdoor area where a fair with entertainment is held. You know, like the book fair. Yes, if or sometimes when if they held a kind of festival in an open area, we call this a fairground. It's an area assigned for having this kind of events in it. Segregation is a noun. The school applied the segregation of pupils with learning difficulties. it has applied the segregation of people who have, or students who have learning difficulties. It means that they need a special ways of teaching, so they have separated them from the rest of the school in order to give them the suitable education for them. So it's the act of separating people of sometimes different races, religion, or sexes, or who are with different cases. So it's not all the time segregation is a kind of abusing. The synonym is separation, isolation, division, and discrimination. Discrimination. Paul is a noun. The country went to the pole on March 10. You know, sometimes you find this poll through one of the social media pages where people want to get an answer or want to know the other people's choices. So they made something like a poll. They give you a question and you give you some answers, and then he starts to count the number of voters for the highest choice. So poll is the process of voting in an election. So the synonym is vote or election. And the people who are doing this thing, we call them voter. Racial. Racial is an adjective. They have pledged to end racial discrimination in areas such as employment. Pledge means promise. They have promised to end racial discrimination. We said before that discrimination means differentiation in a lot of areas like employment. Employment means it's like giving the chance for people to work. So they will end this racial discrimination. It means that they will end the differentiating between people because of their race, their origin. Racial, it means having or existing between people of different races. The synonym is ethnic, and the antonym is non-racial. Assault is the verb. Both men were charged with assault, so it means that it's a part of something not good, not a good action. So it's make a physical attack on. The term is violate, and the opposite is praise. Assassin is a noun. He was killed by a hired assassin. We said before the assassin is the person or a murderer who is hired by someone to kill another important or famous character for money or political reason. The synonym is murderer or killer, and the antonym is victim. Demonstrator. Troops opened fire on crowds of demonstrators. The troops are related to the governor or police officers, and they opened the fire on crowds of demonstrators. So it means that the people are opposing them. Actually, the demonstrators are people who take part in a public protest meeting or march, in a meeting or march. So this means that demonstrators are protester. And demonstrator, it comes from the word demonstrate, and demonstrate means to show or display, because those people they want to show their point of view or display their point of view. That's why they are protesting or demonstrating. Okay, that was the words. Now you followed by the homework. As you can see, in this homework you are going to read the sentence, and the highlighted or the bolded, underlined and bolded word has a synonym in this box. So you have to bring the synonym of this box and write it in this place. And the second one, you check if the underlined word needs to be changed or not. I give you a sentence. You read the sentence and you check the underlined word. Is this correct word? Is this word suitable within the text of the sentence? If yes, so make no change. This means that this is the correct word here. If not, so you have to choose one of the A, B, or C. Thank you very much. I hope that that video was useful for you. See you again soon. Goodbye.